And welcome back, everyone. So, here we are exploring a place that is not in vanilla Skyrim, but I've modded in. It is old Windhelm. And yes, there's a reason why we're talking about this because today we're talking about evidence for the Exodus in archaeology. And we actually do have evidence for it. Now, when people look for evidence for the Exodus, they always think of what's in Sinai. What's in the Sinai Peninsula where all these people were. We haven't found much there yet. However, I remember watching a talk by a biblical archaeologist that said, look, there probably is something there. It's been largely surveyed, not excavated. And there's still stuff from the, I think 7 Days War, where entire tanks have gone missing. No one knows where they are yet because of moving to the sands. So, the idea that you not finding anything is not that totally shocking. Also, there are evidence for looking for all these sacrifices. No, they only offer sacrifice once. The exact route is highly debated, even among biblical scholars. That said, it's actually quite mainstream among biblical archaeologists to say that even secular ones, like Israel Finkelstein has said this himself, that the Exodus, as a historical event, did indeed happen. That there probably was a coming out of Egypt. Finkelstein, famous skeptic of the Bible when it comes to biblical archaeology. They always quote him when they quote a skeptic of the Bible. He says, he questions how many people may have gone out, but the Exodus, in his opinion, did happen. We are dealing with this real history. And there are two things. First of all, and this is why we're here, in old Windhelm, and these abandoned houses are basically abandoned houses. So in the book of Joshua, it mentions that among the tribe of, I think, either Ephraim or Manasseh, I think the house of Joseph said, look, we need more land because there's not enough room for us in this land you've given us, because we're quite large. Joshua said, okay, go into the hill trees, cut down land places out of the woods, and build settlements there. And from around the time Joshua would have been there, they have found those settlements. And what's interesting is that they seem to be, based on when they're built, they seem to be coming from the Jordan. So they seem to be coming from the Jordan and working their way east, working their way west towards the sea. So think the water there, that's the Jordan. Let's say Scarmore. Let's say over there. Maybe if I can shoot an arrow that direction to help you visualize. Let's say way over up there, the other side of the river, is where the North was supposed to have come from.
Like this on Midwood Isle.
And they start noticing all these settlement patterns, and they notice that this house was built first, and then these other houses seem to be built later. That's kind of what they're finding. So they say they seem to have come across the Jordan at the time of Joshua, as per with the biblical account. So they have found the settlements mentioned in the book of Joshua from the time of Joshua. They've also found maybe Joshua's altar on Mount Ebal, mentioned in the Bible, dated to time period, signed the exact way that was suggested. Also, and since we're in a tomb, they also found something that's commemorating the death of a biblical figure. So, which biblical figure are we talking about?
This place could be so ancient. It's over 1,000 years old.
So here's a hint. What biblical figure is related to the Exodus that's a really big name? Here's a hint.
Well, that was
Here's a hint. He died on Mount Nebo, and part of the Red Sea. Yep, Moses. So we know that the Israelites built temples and places that were of significance to them biblically. And we know because they found some of these temples, they found references to these temples and inscriptions. So for example, there's a place where Jacob was supposed to have wrestled with God, if I'll defend it well. They found a shrine like that. They also found a shrine at Mount Nebo, which was where, if you look at the lore, the Bible, is where Moses was supposed to have died. Apparently. So they found a shrine commemorating the Moses. By the way, when this temple would have been built, it's been like
That was easy.
500 years after the death of Moses, like 400 years after the Moses. So it'll be like us talking about like the Renaissance now, like not that far when this temple around commemorating the Moses would have been built. So we have a shrine commemorating the death of Moses. You have a shrine commemorating the death of Moses.
Was that it?
And we found the settlement patterns of Joshua. So, and based on time frames, according that some people have noticed that this leaving of Egypt would have been quite close when the Hyksos would have left. Not saying that Israelites were the Hyksos, but maybe like they were a clan of the Hyksos. And it's like even Israel Finkelstein, that's his take. That's his take on what's going on. You just see if we can kill this guy. Oh, of course. Do I have to come here? We just kill this excess. We just kill this Draugr. Hey, this is not just the Bible game. It is also supposed to be a Skyrim channel as well. I like both. But yeah. Watch. Ooh, increased health by 28 points. Ooh. Harnessing and 2 node arrows. Yeah, guys. Can use this one in combat, so yeah, I'm gonna finish up these guys, and I'll see you next time. God bless.